This video just serves as a quick start. I think there's more information, a lot of valuable information in the professional learning website that you guys should all have access to. But this is just serves as a quick reference. So I'm going to log in. I have a trial account here, and there's going to be filled with some example data of students and tests. So let's go ahead and log in. So once you logged in, this is the dashboard that you're going to see. This section right here might be different for you. Um, your account might look a little bit different than this trial account, but you should all have the ability to create and manage testing sessions. So I'm going to go ahead and click Manage Test Session. You're going to see two buttons. The first button that says Find Students to Test, and the second one that says Test My Class. Now, for my account, this is not available for me right now because I don't have a class assigned to me. This button should be available to you, but I definitely recommend finding the students first and creating a testing session ahead of time so that way we don't waste any time creating a testing session during testing time. So I know a lot of that time is very valuable because you have to be on a schedule. So I definitely recommend creating a testing session ahead of time. It doesn't take long. It's okay to create a testing session on the day of, but because it doesn't take long to create. But I always recommend creating it beforehand. Click Find Students to Test. It's going to take you to a search window to find your students. So I'm going to go with Trial School 1 and then second grade. And the instructor is Alexis Sky. I'm going to hit search. And here are all my students. Okay? So if one of these students happen to not be one of your students or they're not in your class anymore or anything like that, you're going to just uncheck their name and it won't import the students in, okay? So I'm going to go and check that back in. I'm going to add all the students. So now the students are all up here in my student list. Now, they don't have a test assigned yet, so we can't test them now. What we need to do is we need to click and select all of the students. Once we select all the students, we can assign the test. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to use a demo test. Reading K to 2. I'm going to assign a test to everybody, the same test. And I'm going to go ahead and save this session. I'm going to call it, since I'm Trial School 1, I'm going to do the first letter of my school's name, my initial, JV, and then I'm going to do first grade. If I was in first grade, if I was in kindergarten, I would put a K, save and exit. Once that's done, if you want to see your testing session, you want to hit show, it'll show you here. Now it looks like I've created a few different testing sessions already, but let's look at the one that we just made. I can edit the session, so let's say one student didn't show up, I can always just take them out, and then it'll be the same flow as before, and I can actually test them now. So on testing day, I can go in, look at my save testing session, I'll select that one, I'll hit test now. Once I hit test now, it will take me to a different screen. It'll show me a few things. What's important here is the testing session name and the password. Once students are all in the computer, they'll open up the secure testing browser on either a PC or a Mac, or if they have Google Chromebooks, they'll just open the kiosk app. Now, your IT department at your school or your district should have already set this up ahead of time, so that way you don't have to worry about installing onto the computer or anything like that. What you need to provide the students with is once they open it up, it's going to ask them for the session name and the password. This password is automatically generated different, or this password is automatically generated every time, so you have to make sure that you provide them the correct password, okay? And I usually try to keep the session name very simple, so that way it's easier for students to type in, especially if they're in kindergarten or first grade or second grade. They might have some trouble. So, okay, so now we have our list of students, and their status says awaiting students. So what happens is once the students enter the testing session name and the password, it'll take them to a screen where they can select their name. It's going to be a drop-down menu. They select their name, and once they hit continue, they'll be taken to a screen that says awaiting confirmation. So that's a checkpoint in the system for for teachers to sort of go around and make sure the students selected their name and not somebody else's name, so that way they're not testing on somebody else's profile. And once the students are on the correct testing screen and they have the correct name and everything like that, you can click confirm now. Now, once the students log in, I didn't mention this, their status will change to be confirmed. And once you confirm them, once you physically confirm that the student, that Ava is actually taking Ava's test and not Zoe's test, you can click confirm now, and all the students will be automatically taken to their testing window. Okay, and that's basically it. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple. If you guys have any questions, you can always email me at jet@ercdata.com. I can usually help you guys with resetting your password, or if you need walking through, if you need to add additional students, there's new students coming into your class and they're not on your roster. That's usually me that will be able to take care of that. And that's it.